Caution, welcome to the video. I'm going to opinion all over the place. All right, hope you have a towel. All right, before you guillotine me, hear me out. There's something about the swords of blank and blank I just hate, sort of balls and cock, sort of car battery and nipple. I just hate them all. All right, the swords are just sweaty. Okay, they're just sweaty. To sweat or not to sweat. William Shakespeare said that. I mean, look at the average Magic the Gathering player. They're sweaty. I admit it. I get it. I do. I have a copy of the One Ring in one of my decks, and I'm a sweaty tryhard for it. Okay, it's a really good card. But there's something about the swords of anything that just rub me the wrong way, not in a fun way. Okay, so here's an intro to the swords. All right, you get 3 mana and 2 mana to equip them. You get protection from 2 colors. You get +2/+2. And some other effect that is based on doing combat damage. All right, so let's look at the Sword of Feast and Famine as an example. +2/+2, protection from black and green. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card and you untap all lands you control. So it's a mana reset on combat damage. That's not terrible, you know what I'm saying? But it's protected. So if you're swinging at somebody who has black or green creatures out, you're just getting free value, and it's really busted. We got Sword of Fire and Ice, 3 mana, equipped to +2/+2, protection from red and blue. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, Sword of Fire and Ice deals 2 damage to any target, and you draw a card. That's pretty good. It's damage and a card draw on combat damage. That sounds pretty balanced and fair to me. Well, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but I think protection itself is pretty sweaty. It's a little bit of a sweaty thing. It's like I really want to keep my creatures in play because I'm a sweaty tryhard. So this is my example of what good protection is right here. You see how much text there is as a contingency to get protection? You got to have this whole politics thing where you put counters on them. Each opponent who does, you gain protection from them until your next turn. This is good protection because, well, it's just against you. Your creatures can do it, so that means they can still block my creatures, and it's fair. They just can't target me with stuff, which is fun. But, you're going to say run more artifact removal. This is a classic argument about swords. And I'll say here, you remember the 1950s when men would just go around beating their wives? Did you go and tell the wives, learn self-defense? I don't think so. No, you wouldn't say that. You would instead tell the husbands to stop beating their wives. You know what I'm saying? And it's obviously the same thing in this case. Look at Sword of Truth and Justice. +2/+2, protection from white and blue. And whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, put a +1 counter on a creature you control, then proliferate. This right here is very strong because it is combat damage, white and blue protection. You just swing at anyone who has white and blue. And in this game, right, most creatures have a color. If you run a deck with swords, you are going to be Phineas and Ferb, that's right, busted. Because you're strong and you can just get in against their creatures. And it's very fun because you just go look around the table and see, all right, you have white and blue. Oh, you got a white guy, you got a green guy, you got a black guy, whatever. I'm swinging at whoever I can just cheese my way through and get that free value, baby. Okay? The swords are racist, dare I say. Look at my super balanced commander. I got Voja, Jaws of the Enclave. It's red, green, and white. You know what? Any of those swords, 6 of the swords, if you have any one of the swords, I can't block with Voja. I did the math. I looked. I was like, all right, this guy blocks red. This guy blocks green. This guy blocks white, whatever. It's busted, okay? So, it's just my bad. I should have just played a different color. You know what I'm saying? If you were running the swords, I should have just played a different color. I should have known that you had that card in your deck and not played that color. And Margaret Thatcher didn't die for this. This is the world. This is what life would look like if the swords didn't give protection. I'm fine with all the crazy on-combat damage stuff because Double Strike is really fun and balanced. But make it give them trample. So they at least need to be big enough. You can at least block them with your guys and do some trading, But wait, okay, but wait. The prophecy spoke, of the chosen one, something that could counter the swords themselves at the very basic fundamental level, because its artifact removal is the only way to really get around them and stuff like that. Who is it? Who could it be? Of course it is. Of course, the only way to destroy a sword is with another sword, because whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target planeswalker and up to 1 target artifact. The only thing strong enough to destroy the swords is the swords themselves. Just like Anakin Skywalker fated to bring balance to the Force by just killing all those Jedi children. This is, the same thing. Anyway, a deck of swords is a win con no matter what. Really, you could build any commander and run all the swords and just win with commander damage, or just win pretty much by doing all the fun stuff the swords do. And, it's sweaty, and it's the meta, because the cards are really valuable. They're like $40, $50. Why? Because they're sweaty, and we like to play to the meta. And, I guess Atrax is pretty sweaty too, and people like playing that. I mean, I guess Turgrid's also pretty sweaty, and people like playing that. And Yuriko is pretty sweaty. And Jody Unifier is also pretty sweaty. All right, I guess I'm seeing it here. Magic the Gathering is already pretty sweaty. Seems like I'm kind of throwing a tantrum just because I lost pretty hard to some swords the other day. But in conclusion, I think I've got a way around it. You know what I mean? A happy ending on a high note. All right. I'm building Eldrazi, baby. That's right, colorless. You can't stop me from blocking you now. I bet you're not going to swing at me with your stupid freaking swords. Also, this guy, balanced. He's coming out in Modern Horizon 3. I'm building a deck around this guy, because this guy is not sweaty at all. Not sweaty. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, leave a like. And if you subscribe, subscribe. Also, check the link in the description down below to donate to children in Palestine. Peace out.